God is begging you. If you ignore this final warning, your breakthrough will be given to someone else. It is very urgent. I am speaking to you right now because this moment carries weight that you cannot afford to overlook, and what I am about to reveal is tied directly to what you have been praying for in silence. I am telling you clearly that your breakthrough is not delayed by chance, but is standing at the edge of your obedience, waiting for your response. If you scroll past this or treat it lightly, you may miss something that was meant to change your life in ways you have been longing for. Do not move away from this moment, because what you choose to do after hearing this will decide whether the blessing remains yours or is released to another. Type Amen if you believe. I am not speaking to the crowd, I am speaking to you personally, because I see what you have been carrying, and I know the prayers you have whispered when no one else was around. This is not a general call. It is a direct warning filled with urgency, because the door that stands before you will not remain open forever. I am showing you that blessings are not only about waiting, but about recognizing the moment when I am calling you to act. If you ignore this call, it is not that I will stop being good to you, but what was meant for you will be redirected to someone who is ready to receive it. You have been asking why things have felt slow, why answers have seemed distant, and why the breakthrough has not yet arrived. I am revealing to you now that this is not a time of absence, but a time of testing your attention and your willingness to listen. I am calling you to rise above distractions, to stop ignoring the small nudges that I have placed in your spirit. Those quiet instructions you have been brushing aside are connected to something far greater than you realize. If you continue to overlook them, you are not just delaying your progress, you are stepping away from what I have already prepared for you. Take a moment right now and show your faith by liking this video, because this simple act is a sign that you are ready to receive what I am releasing into your life. I am not begging you because I lack power, but because I love you enough to warn you before it is too late to turn things around. My voice is reaching you with urgency because I see what is ahead, and I do not want you to miss what has your name on it. There are opportunities, open doors, and moments of favor that are aligned with your obedience in this season. If you treat this lightly, you may watch others step into what you once prayed for. This is not to scare you, but to awaken you to the seriousness of this moment. You are not forgotten, and you are not overlooked, but you are being watched to see how you respond when I speak. Your breakthrough is not lost. It is waiting for your alignment with what I am asking of you. I need you to stop delaying what you already know you should do, because every delay creates distance between you and what I have prepared. This is the time to act with faith, even when you do not fully understand the outcome. When you move with trust, you step into the flow of what I have already arranged for your life. Type 1111 to affirm. There are things in your life that I have been asking you to release. Habits that are quietly holding you back, and decisions that you have been postponing out of fear or comfort. I am telling you that holding on to what I have asked you to let go will cost you more than you think. It is not just about what you lose, but about what you fail to gain when you refuse to listen. Your breakthrough is not only about receiving something new, but also about letting go of what no longer belongs in your life. If you ignore this, you are choosing to remain where you are instead of stepping into what is next. I see your heart, and I know that you desire something better, something greater, and something that reflects the prayers you have been holding on to. I am not denying you. I am guiding you, even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. The path forward requires your attention, your obedience, and your willingness to trust me beyond your understanding. When you choose to follow what I am showing you, you move closer to the breakthrough that has been waiting for you. But if you continue to ignore this call, the moment will pass, and what was meant for you will not remain in your hands. What you do next matters more than what you have done before, because I am looking at your response in this present moment. I am not holding your past against you, but I am watching how you handle the opportunity that is now in front of you. This is where your breakthrough is either claimed or quietly slips away. You cannot treat this like something you will return to later, because later is not where this door exists. It exists now, in your awareness, in your choice, and in your willingness to take what I am saying seriously. There are moments in your life that carry more weight than others, and this is one of them. I am pressing on your spirit because I see the value of what is attached to your obedience. You may not fully understand what is being shifted behind the scenes, but your response is connected to things that go beyond what your eyes can see. Every time you ignore what I am placing on your heart, you are stepping away from alignment with what I have already arranged. That is why this feels urgent, because delay in this moment has consequences that stretch further than you realize. Type yes to affirm. You have felt it already, that inner pull that keeps reminding you that something needs to change, something needs to be addressed, and something cannot stay the same any longer. That feeling is not random. It is my voice reaching you in a way that you cannot ignore. I am guiding you gently, but I am also speaking firmly because I know what is at stake. If you keep pushing this aside, you will create a distance between you and the breakthrough you have been asking for. That distance is not something I want for you, but it is something your choices can create. Why are neuroscientists calling this a wealth trigger? Because over 19,547 people are already using this 9-word password, and their lives are changing fast. Unexpected deposits, cleared debts, a completely upgraded lifestyle. Scientists say it taps into a 150-million-year-old brain system that controls abundance and financial flow. It's already changed the lives of thousands in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. I need you to understand that your blessing is not being taken away out of punishment, but it can be reassigned because of inaction. There are others who are ready, others who are paying attention, and others who are willing to move when I speak. I do not want you to watch from a distance as someone else steps into what was meant for you. That is why I am speaking with such clarity and urgency, because I want you to recognize the seriousness of this moment. Your response determines whether you step forward or remain where you are. You have been given signs before, small reminders that pointed you in the right direction, but you treated them as something you could come back to later. I am telling you now that this is not one of those moments that can be postponed. This requires your attention now, your decision now, and your action now. If you continue to delay, you are not just waiting, you are choosing to stay in the same place while the opportunity moves forward without you. I do not want that outcome for you, and that is why I am speaking so directly. Type 777 to receive blessings. There is a shift happening around you, even if you cannot see it clearly yet. Doors are being prepared, connections are being aligned, and situations are being arranged in your favor. But all of this is connected to your willingness to step into what I am asking of you. If you hesitate, if you doubt, or if you ignore this call, you disconnect yourself from the flow of what is already being prepared. This is not about forcing you. It is about inviting you into something greater, something that matches the prayers you have been carrying in your heart. You are not being asked to do something impossible, but you are being asked to trust beyond your comfort. The hesitation you feel is not because you cannot do it, but because you are unsure of what will happen next. I am asking you to move anyway, because your breakthrough is on the other side of that step. You do not need to see the entire path. You only need to take the step that I am placing in front of you. When you do that, You open the door for the next instruction, the next opportunity, and the next level of what I have prepared for you. I know the fears that try to hold you back, the thoughts that tell you to wait, and the doubts that whisper that it is not the right time. Those voices are not leading you toward your breakthrough, they are keeping you where you are. I am calling you to rise above that, to recognize that this moment requires courage and trust. You are not alone in this, and you are not being left to figure it out by yourself. I am guiding you every step of the way, but you must be willing to follow. There is something specific that I have placed on your heart, something that keeps coming back to your attention no matter how much you try to push it aside. That is not a coincidence, that is direction. I am pointing you toward what needs to be done, and I am waiting for you to respond. If you keep ignoring it, you are not just delaying your progress, you are stepping away from alignment with what I have already prepared. This is the moment where you decide whether you will listen or continue to resist. You have been chosen for more than where you are right now, and that is why this call feels so strong. I am not trying to take something from you. I am trying to lead you into something greater. But you cannot carry everything from your current place into your next level. There are things that must be released, decisions that must be made, and actions that must be taken. If you refuse to do that, you will remain in a place that was never meant to be permanent. I am speaking to you with urgency because I love you, and I want you to step into what has already been prepared for you. This is not about fear, it is about awareness. I want you to see clearly what is in front of you so that you do not miss it. You are closer than you think, but closeness does not guarantee possession. You must reach out, you must respond, and you must take the step that brings you into alignment with what I have already arranged. When you delay action, you are not protecting yourself, you are holding yourself back from what I have already positioned for you. I need you to recognize that this moment is not repeating itself, and what you do with it will shape what comes next in your life. There are patterns that you have carried for a long time, ways of thinking and reacting that have kept you comfortable but also limited. I am bringing those patterns into the light because they cannot follow you into the place I am taking you. If you hold on to them, they will slow down your progress and create resistance where there should be movement. You must be willing to let go of what feels familiar in order to receive what is new. This is not loss. This is preparation for something that requires a different version of you. Type 222 if you trust God. You have been waiting for a sign that it is time, and I am telling you clearly that this is that sign. You have been hoping for confirmation, and what you are feeling right now is exactly that. I am not speaking in hidden ways in this moment. I am speaking directly so that you cannot miss the meaning. The urgency you feel is not pressure without purpose. It is a push towards something that has been waiting for your agreement. When you choose to move, you activate what has already been aligned for you. A leaked 9 word password is quietly transforming people's financial lives. More than 19,000 people have already used it to attract wealth, freedom, and peace. People are using it daily from their couch and reporting real financial breakthroughs. Scientists say it activates deep brain pathways linked to money, working far faster than traditional methods. This was once hidden by elites, and now it's spreading too fast. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There is something within you that already knows what step needs to be taken, even if your mind is trying to question it. That knowing is not coming from fear, it is coming from guidance. I placed that awareness in you so that you would not be lost in uncertainty. When you ignore that inner clarity, you create confusion that was never meant to be there. I need you to trust what you already sense, because that is where your next step is found. You have spent time asking for change, asking for growth, and asking for a breakthrough that would shift your situation. I have heard those requests, and I have been preparing the answer even when you could not see it. Now the answer is standing before you in the form of a decision that must be made. This is where your faith becomes visible, not in what you say, but in what you do. When you act on what I have shown you, you show that you are ready to receive what you have been asking for. Type 1010 to claim miracles. I know that part of you is still holding back because you are thinking about what could go wrong. You are imagining outcomes that have not even happened, and those thoughts are trying to slow you down. I am telling you to shift your focus from fear to trust, because fear will always keep you in place. Trust is what moves you forward, even when the path is not fully clear. You do not need every detail to take the next step. You only need the willingness to follow where I am leading you. What you are stepping into is not random. It is intentional and carefully prepared. I have already gone before you and made a way, even in places where you thought there was none. The obstacles you are worried about are not stronger than the path I have created for you. When you move with faith, you will begin to see how things start to align in ways that you could not have planned. This is how you will know that you are walking in what I have prepared. Do not let the opinions of others become louder than the direction I am giving you. Not everyone will understand what you are doing, and not everyone will support it. That does not mean you are on the wrong path. It means you are being led in a way that is personal to you. I am guiding you based on what I know is best for your life, not based on what others expect or approve. When you follow me, you are not following the crowd, you are following purpose. There is also a need for you to release the weight of past disappointments that have been influencing your decisions. What did not work before is not a reflection of what will happen now. You have grown, you have learned, and you are not the same person you were before. I am not leading you into the same outcome, I am leading you into something different. If you carry the fear of the past into this moment, you will limit what you are able to receive. You are closer than you realize, but closeness requires movement to become reality. Standing near the door is not the same as walking through it. I am asking you to take that step, even if it feels uncertain at first. When you move, you will begin to see how things open up in front of you. This is not something you need to force, it is something you need to respond to with faith. I am with you in this process, not watching from a distance, but guiding you through each step. You are not expected to do this alone, and you are not left without support. Every step you take in alignment with what I am showing you brings you closer to the breakthrough that has been waiting for you. But if you remain still, that breakthrough will not move toward you, because it is connected to your willingness to act. The urgency you feel is not meant to overwhelm you, it is meant to wake you up to what is standing right in front of you. If you choose to stay where you are, nothing will shift. But if you respond, everything can begin to move in a new direction. There is a moment in every life where waiting must end and movement must begin, and you are standing in that moment now. You have spent time hoping, believing, and asking, and all of that has brought you to this point of decision. I am showing you that your breakthrough is not locked away, it is within reach, but it requires your participation. You cannot expect change while remaining in the same position, because transformation always requires a step forward. This is the step that determines whether you stay in delay or enter into fulfillment. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. You have felt hesitation rise within you, and you have allowed it to slow your response, but hesitation is not your guide in this moment. I am your guide, and I am leading you towards something that has purpose and meaning attached to it. When you listen to hesitation, you stay where you are, but when you listen to me, you begin to move toward what has already been prepared. The difference between those two paths is the difference between delay and breakthrough. I need you to recognize that hesitation is not protecting you, it is holding you back. There is something specific that has been placed in your heart, something that continues to return to your thoughts even when you try to ignore it. That is not something you created on your own, that is direction being given to you. I am reminding you again because I do not want you to miss it, and I do not want you to lose what is connected to it. When you ignore that direction, you are not avoiding risk, you are stepping away from purpose. This is why I am speaking again, because I want you to choose alignment over avoidance. Type 555 to receive guidance. What secret did elites use to attract wealth so easily? A simple 9-word password now leaked to the public. People are using it daily and watching money flow into their lives like never before. Scientists say it activates an ancient brain system tied directly to abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. It's already helped thousands become debt-free in just weeks. But this breakthrough is under pressure and may disappear at any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You must understand that your breakthrough is not only about what you receive, but also about who you become in the process. I am shaping you through your response, strengthening your trust, and building your readiness for what is ahead. If everything was given to you without your participation, you would not be prepared to sustain it. That is why this moment requires your action, because your action is part of your preparation. When you move with faith, you are not just receiving, you are becoming ready to carry what you receive. There are things you have been holding on to that are no longer meant to remain in your life, and I have been showing you this repeatedly. It may be habits, thoughts, or even certain attachments that are keeping you tied to a place that you have outgrown. I am not asking you to let go to take something away from you. I am asking you to let go so that you can receive something better. When your hands are full of what no longer serves you, you cannot hold what I am trying to place in them. Release is not loss, it is preparation for increase. You have been concerned about making the wrong move, and that concern has kept you from making any move at all. I am telling you that standing still is not the safer option. It is the option that guarantees no change. When you trust me and take the step I am placing before you, you are not stepping into uncertainty alone. I am with you in that step, guiding you and supporting you in ways you may not even notice at first. Your breakthrough is not waiting for perfection. It is waiting for your willingness. The time for overthinking has passed, and the time for responding has arrived. You have considered this long enough, and now you must choose what you will do with what you know. Knowledge without action will not change your situation, but action aligned with what I have shown you will open doors that have been closed. I am not asking you to understand everything. I am asking you to trust me enough to move. That trust is what unlocks what has been waiting for you. You are not being left behind, but you can choose to remain where you are if you continue to ignore this call. I do not want that for you, which is why I am speaking with urgency again. I want you to step into what has your name on it, to receive what you have been asking for, and to walk into a new level of your life. But this cannot happen without your response. I will not force you, but I will continue to call you, because I want you to experience what I have prepared. There is still time, but that time is not unlimited, and this moment will not last forever. What you are hearing now is your opportunity to respond while the door is still open. Do not assume that you can come back to this later and find it the same, because moments like this are tied to timing. When the time passes, the opportunity moves forward, and you may find yourself wishing you had responded sooner. That is why I am urging you now, not later, but now. You are capable of taking this step, even if it feels difficult, because I would not place it before you if you were not able to handle it. I know your strength, I know your ability, and I know your capacity. I am showing you this repeatedly, because I want you to experience what I have prepared. There is still time, but that time is not unlimited, and this moment will not last forever. What you are hearing now is your opportunity to respond while the door is still open. Do not assume that you can come back to this later and find it the same, because moments like this are tied to timing. When the time passes, the opportunity moves forward, and you may find yourself wishing you had responded sooner. That is why I am urging you now, not later, but now. You are capable of taking this step, even if it feels difficult, because I would not place it before you if you were not able to handle it. I know your strength, I know your heart, and I know what you are capable of becoming. This is not beyond you. It is within your reach, but you must decide to move toward it. When you do, you will begin to see how everything starts to come together in ways that confirm you are on the right path. Remaining where you are may feel comfortable for a moment, but it will not bring you the breakthrough you have been asking for. Movement, even when it feels uncertain, is what opens the way for what has been waiting for you. You have been given enough clarity to take the next step, even if you do not see the full picture ahead. I do not reveal everything at once, because your journey requires trust, not complete visibility. The step in front of you is clear enough, and that is all you need to begin. When you wait for complete understanding, you delay what could already be in motion. I am asking you to move with what you know, because what you know right now is enough to begin. Type 888 to receive strength. There are voices that will try to distract you, thoughts that will try to convince you that this is not the right time, and feelings that will try to pull you back into hesitation. I am telling you that those distractions are not leading you toward your purpose. They are designed to keep you from stepping into what has already been prepared for you. You must learn to recognize the difference between my guidance and the noise around you. My guidance brings clarity and direction, even if it challenges your comfort. You are not meant to carry uncertainty as a reason to stop, because uncertainty is often part of stepping into something new. If everything felt certain, it would not require faith, and your growth would remain limited. I am leading you into a place where you will learn to trust me more deeply. That trust is not built in stillness, it is built in movement. When you take the step I am placing before you, you begin to see how I meet you in that step. Type 333 to walk by faith. You have been waiting for confirmation that you are not alone in this, and I am telling you that I am with you in every part of this process. I am not sending you forward without support. I am walking with you as you move. The path may feel new, but you are not navigating it by yourself. Every step you take in alignment with what I am showing you is supported by my presence. You do not need to carry the weight of this decision alone, because I am already with you. Why are thousands suddenly becoming financially free? Because they discovered a 9-word wealth password hidden in neuroscience research. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected money, cleared debts, and new opportunities. Some say the results feel almost divine. Scientists confirm it activates a powerful, ancient part of your brain linked to wealth and abundance. But now that it's leaked, it won't stay available for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There is also a need for you to release the belief that you must have everything figured out before you act. That belief has been holding you back, keeping you in a place of waiting instead of moving. I am not asking you for complete understanding. I am asking you for obedience to what you already know. When you act on what you know, you will begin to understand more as you move forward. Clarity often comes through action, not before it. You have been given opportunities before that you did not fully step into, and you have seen how those moments passed. I am reminding you of that, not to bring regret, but to bring awareness. This is not the same moment, but it carries the same potential to be missed if you do not respond. I do not want you to look back on this and wish you had taken it seriously. I want you to step into it now so that you can experience what it leads to. You are not unprepared, even if you feel unsure. I have been preparing you through every experience you have gone through, shaping you for this moment. What you have learned, what you have overcome, and what you have grown through has brought you here. This is not a sudden demand. It is the next step in a process that has been unfolding in your life. Trust that you have what you need to begin, because I would not bring you to this point without equipping you for it. Do not let the fear of making a mistake keep you from making a move. Staying still is not the absence of mistakes, it is the absence of progress. When you move with trust, even if you do not get everything right immediately, you are still moving forward. I can guide you, correct you, and lead you as you go, but I cannot move you if you refuse to take the step. Your willingness to move is what allows me to direct your path more clearly. You are being called to rise above what has been holding you back, to step beyond what feels familiar, and to enter into what has been prepared for you. This is not a call to remain where you are, it is a call to move forward with purpose. I am not asking you to do this perfectly, I am asking you to do this faithfully. When you respond with faith, you align yourself with what I have already set in motion for your life. This is your moment to act, not later, not when everything feels easier, but now while the opportunity is present. I am calling you to take the step that leads to your breakthrough, to respond to what you have been shown, and to move forward with trust. Do not let this pass you by, because what is in front of you is connected to what you have been asking for. If you remain in hesitation, you will continue to stand at the edge without stepping into what has already been prepared. I am calling you again because I want you to cross that line and enter into what has your name on it. There is a weight in your spirit that you cannot ignore, and it keeps returning because it is connected to something important. I am allowing you to feel this urgency so that you do not treat this moment lightly. When something is meant to change your life, it does not come quietly and fade away. It presses on you until you respond. That pressure is not meant to harm you, it is meant to guide you into action. If you keep resisting it, you will remain in a place that no longer matches where you are meant to be. Type 444 to receive peace. You have been asking for a shift, and I have brought you to the point where that shift can begin. The responsibility now is not on waiting, but on responding. You cannot keep asking for change while refusing to take the step that allows that change to happen. I have placed the opportunity in front of you, and I am asking you to meet it with action. This is not about rushing without thought, it is about moving with clarity that has already been given to you. There are things you have been delaying because you are hoping for a moment when it feels easier, but that moment may not come in the way you expect. Growth often requires stepping into discomfort, because comfort is what keeps you where you are. I am not leading you into harm, I am leading you into transformation. The discomfort you feel is not a sign to stop. It is a sign that you are moving beyond what has been limiting you. When you move through it, you will begin to see what is waiting on the other side. Type 999 to claim favor. You must also understand that your breakthrough is connected to timing, and timing requires your participation. I have aligned certain moments, certain connections, and certain opportunities to meet you when you move. If you delay, those alignments can shift, and what was meant to meet you may pass you by. This is why I am speaking with urgency, because timing is not something that waits indefinitely. When I bring you to a moment like this, it is because everything is aligned for you to step into it. You are not lacking what you need to move forward, even if it feels that way. I have already placed within you the strength, the wisdom, and the ability to take the next step. What you are feeling is not a lack of readiness, it is the challenge of stepping beyond what feels familiar. I am calling you to trust what I have placed inside you, because that is part of how you move forward. When you trust that, you begin to act with confidence instead of hesitation. There is also a need for you to release the idea that you must wait for perfect conditions. Perfect conditions are not what bring breakthroughs. Aligned actions do. If you wait for everything to feel ideal, you may remain waiting while opportunities pass. I'm not asking you to wait for perfection. I'm asking you to respond to what is already clear. When you move in alignment, you create the conditions for things to begin to shift in your favor. Why are over 19,547 people suddenly attracting unexpected wealth? Because they started using a strange 9-word password discovered in neuroscience research. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. This password was quietly used by elites until a neuroscientist leaked it. Now it's spreading fast and could be taken down any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You have been given reminders before, and you have seen how ignoring them led to missed opportunities. I am bringing that awareness back to you, not to bring regret, but to bring clarity. This is another moment that carries weight, another opportunity that can lead to change. I do not want you to look back on this and wish you had responded. I want you to move now so that you can experience what this moment is meant to bring into your life. You are not being asked to take a step without support, because I am with you in every part of this. I am guiding you, strengthening you, and preparing the way as you move forward. You may not see everything at once, but you will begin to see enough as you continue to take each step. This is how your path unfolds, not all at once, but step by step as you respond. Your breakthrough is not something you have to force. It is something you step into through alignment. Do not allow doubt to become louder than the clarity you have already received. Doubt will always try to question what is possible, but I am showing you what is already prepared. When you focus on doubt, you shrink back, but when you focus on my guidance, you move forward. This is the choice you are facing in this moment, and your response will determine your direction. I am calling you to choose movement over hesitation, faith over fear, and action over delay. This is not the time to step back. It is the time to step forward. I am urging you to respond while the opportunity is still present, while the alignment is still in place, and while the door is still open. What you do now will shape what comes next, and I want you to step into what has already been prepared for you. Do not let this moment pass. Do not ignore what you feel, and do not delay what you know needs to be done. What you choose to do right now will either bring you closer to what you have been asking for or keep you in the same place where nothing changes. I am urging you to see clearly that delay is not neutral. It is a decision that shapes your outcome. There is a voice within you that keeps reminding you of what needs to be done, and that voice has not left you because it is not meant to be ignored. I am speaking through that awareness, guiding you toward a step that matters more than you realize. You may try to silence it, distract yourself, or convince yourself that it can wait, but it continues to return. That is because it is connected to something important, something that is meant to shift your life. When you respond to it, you align yourself with what has already been prepared. Type 666 to receive clarity. You have been standing at this place long enough, thinking, considering, and waiting for something else to happen before you move. I am telling you that what you are waiting for has already come, and it is this moment. There is no additional sign needed, no further confirmation required, because what you feel right now is the confirmation. When you keep waiting beyond this, you are not being careful, you are being held back by hesitation. I am calling you out of that hesitation and into movement. You must also recognize that your breakthrough is not separate from your obedience. It is connected to it, shaped by it, and released through it. When you move in alignment with what I am asking of you, you step into what has been prepared. When you refuse to move, you create a distance between yourself and that breakthrough. This is not about earning anything. It is about positioning yourself to receive what is already yours. Your response determines that position. Type 111 if you walk by faith. There are things you have been holding onto that are slowing you down, not because they are bad in themselves, but because they are no longer meant to remain with you in this season. I have been showing you this, bringing it to your attention, and prompting you to release it. If you continue to hold on to what I have asked you to let go, you will find it harder to move forward. Letting go is not about losing, it is about making space for what is coming. When you release what no longer belongs, you open your hands to receive what I am placing there. You have also been allowing fear of the unknown to influence your decisions, and that fear has been keeping you in a place of delay. I am telling you that the unknown is not something to fear when I am the one leading you. You do not need to see every detail to take the next step. You only need to trust that I am guiding you. When you move with that trust, you begin to experience how I make a way where there seemed to be none. This is how your path unfolds. Not through complete certainty, but through continued trust. There is a part of you that knows you are ready, even if another part of you is unsure. I am speaking to that part that knows, that part that has been growing, learning, and preparing. You are not the same person you were before, and you are not meant to remain in the same place. I have brought you through things that have strengthened you for this moment. This is not sudden. It is the result of a process that has been unfolding in your life. Do not allow the weight of past mistakes to hold you back from present obedience. What has already happened does not define what you can do now. I am not asking you to go back. I am asking you to move forward. Your past does not disqualify you, but your unwillingness to act in this moment can limit what you step into next. I am giving you a fresh opportunity, and I want you to take it without carrying what no longer belongs to you. Can 9 simple words really change your financial life? More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. Brain experts were shocked when they discovered this password works up to 20x faster than the law of attraction. People are repeating it daily and watching money flow like water into their lives. Some even believe the results are so powerful, it feels divine. But this breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You are being invited into something greater, something that reflects the prayers you have been holding on to. This is not a small step, even if it seems simple. It is a step that leads to a larger shift, one that you will begin to see as you move forward. When you take it, you activate what has been waiting for you. When you delay, you keep that activation from happening. I am not calling you to struggle, I am calling you to trust. I am not calling you to confusion, I am calling you to clarity. Everything you need to take the next step has already been placed within you, and I am reminding you of that so that you do not hold back. When you move with what you have, you begin to see how more is given to you along the way. This is how you grow into what has been prepared for you. This moment is still open, but it is not without limit, and I need you to respond while you still can. I am urging you to take this seriously, to act on what you have been shown, and to move forward with trust. Do not wait for another time. Do not look for another sign, and do not allow hesitation to keep you where you are. This is your moment to step into what has been prepared for you. The moment is active, and your response is the key that unlocks what has been prepared. If you continue to stand still, you are not preserving the opportunity, you are slowly stepping away from it. There is something within you that feels the weight of this, and it is not something you imagined. I am allowing you to feel it so that you understand the importance of what is in front of you. This is not just another moment that will pass without impact. This is a turning point. What you choose here will shape what follows in your life. I want you to choose movement, because movement is what carries you into the next level of what I have for you. Type 1313 to receive direction. You have been standing between two choices, one that feels safe and one that requires trust. The safe choice keeps you where you are, while the step of trust leads you forward. I am calling you toward the step of trust, because that is where your breakthrough is found. Safety without growth will leave you in the same place, repeating the same patterns. Trust may feel uncertain, but it leads you into something new, something that reflects the prayers you have been holding on to. You must also understand that your delay does not stop what I am doing, it only changes your position in it. What I have prepared will still move forward, but your participation in it depends on your response. If you choose not to move, someone else who is ready will step into what you have been waiting for. This is not because I have turned away from you, but because the opportunity requires a response. I am telling you this clearly so that you do not misunderstand the seriousness of this moment. Type 1414 to claim alignment. You have felt moments before where you knew you should act, but you allowed hesitation to take control. Those moments passed, and you saw how the opportunity moved on. I am bringing that memory back to your awareness so that you recognize the pattern. This is another moment like that, but it carries even greater weight. I do not want you to repeat the same response and experience the same outcome. I want you to choose differently this time, to move when you feel the call instead of waiting. There is also a need for you to quiet the noise around you, because distractions have been pulling your attention away from what matters. I am speaking clearly, but you must be willing to listen above everything else. When you allow distractions to take your focus, you weaken your ability to respond. I am asking you to bring your attention back to what you feel right now, to recognize that this is not something to set aside. Your focus in this moment is part of how you respond. You are not lacking strength, even if you feel unsure. I have already placed within you what you need to take this step. What you are feeling is not weakness. It is the challenge of stepping into something new. When you move, you will begin to see that you are more capable than you thought. This is how you grow, by stepping beyond what feels familiar and into what I am leading you toward. There is something important about this moment that you must not ignore, and that is the timing. Timing is not random. It is aligned with what I am doing in your life. I have brought you to this point because everything is ready for you to step into it. If you delay, you may find that the alignment shifts and the opportunity is no longer the same. That is why I am urging you to respond now, while everything is still in place. You have been given clarity, even if it does not feel complete. That clarity is enough to begin, and beginning is what matters in this moment. You do not need to have everything planned, you only need to take the step that is in front of you. When you do, you will begin to see how the next step becomes clear. This is how your path unfolds, not all at once, but one step at a time as you respond. Do not allow fear to convince you that waiting is the better choice. Waiting in this moment is not leading you forward, it is holding you back. I am calling you to move, to act, and to trust that I am guiding you. When you respond with faith, you step into what has already been prepared for you. This is not something you have to create, it is something you have to step into. What if attracting wealth didn't require hard work? Just the right words. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free, financially free individuals. Scientists say each of these 9 words activates a hidden abundance center deep in your brain. People are using it from home and seeing results in just weeks. It was never meant for the public, and now that it's out, the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You are still being invited into something greater, something that reflects the desires you have been carrying. I am not closing the door, I am holding it open, but I will not hold it open forever. Your response determines whether you walk through it or remain where you are. I want you to walk through it, to step into what has your name on it, and to experience the breakthrough that has been waiting for you. There is a quiet knowing within you that keeps rising, even when you try to ignore it. That knowing is not confusion, it is clarity that has been given to you. I am speaking through that awareness, guiding you toward what needs to be done. When you push it aside, you create a distance between yourself and what is already ready for you. I need you to stop treating that inner direction as something optional. It is not optional, it is essential to what comes next in your life. Type 1515 to receive courage. You have been standing at this point longer than you realize, thinking that more time will make the decision easier. I am telling you that more time will not change what needs to be done. It will only increase the chance that the opportunity moves forward without you. I am not calling you to rush without understanding. I am calling you to act on the understanding you already have. This is where your faith becomes real, not in waiting, but in moving. You may feel like you need more assurance, more confirmation, or more certainty before you take the step. I am telling you that what you feel right now is the confirmation you have been waiting for. The urgency, the repeated thoughts, and the sense that something cannot be ignored are all part of that confirmation. If you continue to wait for something else, you may miss what has already been given. This is the moment where you must decide whether you will trust what you have received. Type 1616 to claim breakthrough. There are things you have been holding on to that are not meant to follow you into the next season of your life. They may feel familiar, they may feel safe, but they are not aligned with where you are going. I have been showing you this, bringing it to your attention in ways that you cannot ignore. If you continue to hold on to them, they will weigh you down and slow your progress. Letting go is not easy, but it is necessary for you to move forward. You have also been allowing doubt to take up space in your mind, questioning whether you are ready or capable. I am telling you that doubt is not your guide, and it does not reflect the truth about you. I have prepared you for this moment, even if you do not see it fully. Every experience you have gone through has shaped you for what is now in front of you. You are not unprepared. You are being called to step into what you are already ready for. There is something important about this step that you must not overlook, and that is the impact it will have beyond what you can see. This is not just about your immediate situation. It is about what unfolds after you respond. When you take this step, you begin a chain of events that leads to something greater. If you do not take it, that chain remains inactive. Your response is the starting point for what comes next. You must also understand that your breakthrough is not something that happens without your participation. I have done my part in preparing it, aligning it, and bringing you to this moment. Now it is your turn to respond. If you refuse to move, you are not just waiting, you are choosing not to enter into what has been prepared. I do not want you to miss this, which is why I am speaking to you again with urgency. You have felt moments like this before, moments where you knew something needed to be done, but you allowed hesitation to take over. Those moments passed, and you saw how the opportunity moved on. I am reminding you of that not to bring regret, but to bring awareness. This is another moment like that, but it carries even greater potential. I want you to respond differently this time, to choose movement instead of delay. Do not let comfort become your reason for staying where you are. Comfort may feel safe, but it will not lead you into growth. I am calling you beyond what feels familiar, because what is familiar is no longer enough for where you are going. This is not a step backward, it is a step forward into something greater. When you move, you will begin to see how everything starts to align in ways that confirm you are on the right path. You are not alone in this. even if it feels that way at times. I am with you, guiding you, strengthening you, and making a way as you move forward. You do not need to have everything figured out. You only need to take the step that is in front of you. When you do, you will begin to see how the next step becomes clear. This is how your path unfolds, not all at once, but one step at a time. You are still being given this chance because I have not turned away from you, and I have not withdrawn what I prepared for you. I am holding it in place, watching to see if you will rise into alignment with what I am asking. This is not about pressure without purpose. It is about calling you into something that matches the depth of your prayers. You have asked for change, for movement, and for a breakthrough that would shift your life. Now that moment has come, and your response is what determines whether you step into it or watch it pass. Why are neuroscientists calling this a wealth trigger? Because over 19,547 people are already using this 9-word password, and their lives are changing fast. Unexpected deposits, cleared debts, a completely upgraded lifestyle. Scientists say it taps into a 150 million year old brain system that controls abundance and financial flow. It's already changed the lives of thousands in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. There is a seriousness to this moment that you must not ignore, because it is not repeating itself in the same way. You may have experienced similar feelings before, but this carries a different weight. I am speaking to you with clarity so that there is no confusion about what is required. You are not being asked to wait any longer. You are being asked to act on what you already know. When you delay beyond this point, you are not being careful. You are stepping away from what has already been arranged. Type 1717 to receive favor. You have been carrying a sense that something needs to change, and that sense has not left you because it is connected to this moment. I have allowed it to remain so that you would not overlook what is in front of you. When you try to ignore it, it returns, because it is not meant to be dismissed. That is my way of guiding you, bringing your attention back to what matters. If you continue to push it aside, you will remain where you are instead of moving into what is next. Type 1818 to claim protection. There is something important about your willingness in this moment, because willingness is what opens the door for what has been prepared. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to be willing to move. When you choose willingness over hesitation, you create space for change to take place. That is how breakthroughs begin, not through waiting, but through responding. Your willingness is more powerful than you realize, because it shifts your position from standing still to moving forward. You must also recognize that the longer you remain in delay, the more comfortable it becomes to stay there. What feels like a small hesitation now can turn into a pattern that keeps you from moving at all. I do not want that pattern to take hold in your life, because it will keep you from stepping into what I have for you. That is why I am speaking now, to break that pattern before it becomes something that holds you back. This is your moment to choose differently. You have been given enough clarity to take the next step, even if it does not feel complete. I do not give you everything at once, because your journey requires trust. When you move with the clarity you have, more will be revealed as you go. This is how you grow into what has been prepared for you. If you wait for complete understanding, you will remain where you are while the opportunity moves forward. There is also a need for you to let go of the belief that you must feel ready before you act. Readiness is often revealed through action, not before it. When you take the step, you begin to see how prepared you actually are. I have already placed within you what you need, even if you do not fully recognize it yet. Trust that what you have is enough to begin. You are not being asked to do something impossible, but you are being asked to step beyond what feels familiar. That is where growth takes place, and that is where your breakthrough is found. Staying where you are will not bring the change you are asking for. Movement is what creates that change, and movement requires a decision. This is the decision that stands before you now. You must also understand that your breakthrough is not separate from your obedience. It is connected to it, shaped by it, and released through it. When you move in alignment with what I am asking, you step into what has been prepared. When you refuse to move, you create a distance between yourself and that breakthrough. I do not want you to experience that distance, which is why I am calling you again. There is still time, but that time is not without limit. I am giving you this moment so that you can respond while the opportunity is still present. If you delay, you may find that the moment has passed and the alignment has shifted. That is not something I want for you, which is why I am urging you now. Do not wait for another time, because this is the time. You have come too far to remain where you are, and you have grown too much to stay in the same place. I am calling you into something greater, something that reflects the prayers you have been carrying. This is not a small step. It is a step that leads to a larger shift. When you take it, you begin to see how everything starts to move in a new direction. This is how your life changes, one step at a time. Do not let fear speak louder than what you know is right. Fear will always try to hold you back, but I am calling you forward. When you listen to fear, you remain in place, but when you listen to me, you begin to move. This is the choice before you, and your response will determine your direction.